there, knuckleheads, and welcome to NSR in the evening. Or at night. So I'm gonna be real with you. I recorded this Monday's spot earlier in the day, but I was just really wrecked, like fucking tired as shit. And I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it. So we're gonna scrap that, and you guys get the new fresh edition where I feel like $100. Is that a saying? Did you hear that? Who can guess what that was? Wrong! It was a fucking 12-ounce sugar-free Red Bull, hashtag not sponsored. Yet. Anyways, it's Monday, motherfuckers. How did your weekend go? Was it good? Did you hide some Easter eggs? Did you find some Easter eggs? What did you do? I got home in the late afternoon, and we had an Easter egg hunt over here at my house, which was pretty fantastic. The kids had a great time, so that's always good. And, yeah, so that's what we did. I made them some pretty little baskets, some stuffed animals and some chocolate and a little bit of jelly beans. And then later on in the day, we had an Easter egg hunt after I got back from work, because it was... Oh, work sucked. It was fucking ridiculous. This is the thing I've realized from working retail during holidays is that gotta be 25% of the population at least coming out last minute. Absolute last minute. Like the night before, 10 minutes before we close, and then the morning of, from the second we opened, 9 a.m., 5 cars sitting in the motherfucking parking lot. They all just peeking through the fucking glass. Huh? Y'all open? I need to get a basket because my kid's got here. And fucking just piling up. The shit looked like that shot with Mekhi Phifer and the TV salesman in Dawn of the Dead, where they're looking out the front of the mall, and there's just all these zombies like pressed up against it with their slimy fucking faces smearing across the glass. You know what I'm talking about? Of course you do. Anyway, so that's how my weekend went. And I'm off today and tomorrow. So Monday and Tuesday off. Which, like I said on the last one, 2 pretty shitty days to have off, but after 9 days straight of working, you know, shit seems like gold. It's ridiculous. I enjoyed myself so much today. I was supposed to go off the grid and into the woods, but that kind of got rained out. So unfortunately, didn't happen today, but I've got all my stuff ready. I'm going to go tomorrow. Just bringing a couple of granola bars and a sandwich and going into the woods. Well, I'm going to bring my phone, obviously, just in case there's an emergency or something, but I doubt if anyone will really need to get in touch with me. I'm pretty low-key guy. Kind of keep to myself. So, yeah. In fact, the last 3 calls I've received were all wrong numbers. So, if that tells you anything. Then I'm going to pick up my kids from school, and then I'm gonna motherfucking have a buddy over for punching bag time, which got canceled last week because of rain. One thing I've noticed about Tennessee is I swear it's gotta be, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's the rainiest, obviously. Seattle and your northwest states take that, obviously. But out of all the states I've lived in, other than Washington, this has got to be one of the rainiest places. I'm not really sure. I should have known when I came out here on vacation originally, and it rained like 5 out of the 7 days. But they assured me, no, it's not always like this, I promise. But now that I've lived here for a year and a half, I can pretty much see that, yeah, it kind of is just a little bit like that. Which is fantastic because now my roof has developed a leak, so I need to keep a bucket in my bathroom. So we'll be calling the landlord about that. Definitely. Fun stuff. We're taking on water, Captain! Red Bull. Not sponsored. So no shout-outs this week because nothing's happened in 2 days. Usually after 5 days on the Friday one, that's when we have a little bit of action I can talk about. But, you know, in between the little weekend, post-weekend podcast is mostly just me sitting here bullshitting. I'm not doing a whole bunch with my life right now. Working on that other series that I was talking about a couple podcasts ago. It is slow work because I'm just really unmotivated sometimes. In fact, you know, I haven't been to the gym in a minute, but, you know, I get out there and I lift my little dumbbells and shit. And, other than that, just watching a bunch of YouTube videos, basically. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Who's that walking? Who is that? All I know is it's after dark, and if he comes up and asks for a light, I have to pop the trunk and get out my AK-22, which is exactly what you think it is. shaped like an AK, bullet size 22 millimeter. So not as menacing. Well, it's the same. It's got the cute little banana clip and all that fun stuff, but it'll take 7 or 8 shots to put somebody out usually, unless you hit them in good areas, which I don't necessarily plan on doing. I just want to be safe. I don't want to be a murderer. So, what's on your mind, people? How you doing? Did everyone hear about I-20 in Atlanta? Buckling and all that fancy jazz? A month after I-85 crumbled. Is it a month? Or maybe a week or something like that. And then last month, there was a shit ton of tornadoes out in the place where I used to stay near Atlanta. So your main 2 interstates are crippled, basically, and tornadoes all around the edges. Sounds like a slowly turning into the landscape from Fallout, basically. Glad we got out when we did. I'll take the rain any day. Wouldn't that suck? You're fucking driving to work. All of a sudden you just hear crumbling. Ah, fuck! Imagine that phone call. Hey, sorry guys. Well, I'm not gonna be able to make it in today because I-20 crumbled beneath my car and I was crippled. So, you'll see it on the news. Sorry guys, I'm not gonna make it in. Bye. Must have been fucking incredulous, especially after the second one. I-20, bunch of people calling, I can't get in because I-20's collapsed and there's a huge roadblock and they're not letting anybody by. Then I-85 a couple weeks later, sorry, that's I-85 is cut off. There's a bunch of people holding it up. You can't get through. Your boss is just like, what the fuck? Bullshit. It's like when somebody gets the flu at your job and you're too fucking hungover and you think you can convince. Okay, all right, here we go. Hello? Yeah, I'm not feeling well. I don't know I think I got the flu from Kelly. Shit like that. Type of shit I have to deal with being a fucking manager for retail. All that stupid shit you see in sitcoms. So that was fucking interesting. Shouts out to Atlanta. Send your hopes and prayers and all that bullshit. 1 like equals 1 prayer. Is that how those work? Anywho, I was thinking of doing some reviews, which would be an easy, nice, kind of clickbaity way to get some people in. But on the other hand, at the same time, I'm always talking to myself, like, who gives a shit? It's just me talking, and in fact, the more people that end up listening, the more people will find out how stupid I actually am in real life. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. A catch-22, if you will. But, I don't know, I feel like I need more content to speak about other than just freestyling off the top of the dome all the time when I'm out here talking, because, I don't know, it seems boring to me. So definitely, absolutely gonna have to seem boring to all you boobs out there listening. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe it's for the same reason that I listen to podcasts, like Bill Burr's podcast, for instance, where he's just in his room on his laptop, fucking talking to himself for like an hour about sports, and I'm not even remotely into sports, which I think we discussed on Friday. I don't know, might go back on books. I've got a shit ton of books. Actually, it's ridiculous. We were talking about this last night. My entertainment center, where like DVDs and stuff should be, it's just like 3 bookcases full of books that we just cobbled together and made into an entertainment center. Our fucking TV sits on top of it. And so I don't know. I used to read a lot. I'm thinking about picking it back up. I mean, most of what I read is articles on the internet and shit like that now. But that's just how 2017 is, right, guys? It's not my fault. I'm not lazy. But no, I'm thinking about going back and reading. Definitely, there's a couple books in there I haven't read, and a couple I'd probably like to reread, especially now that my daughter is getting to the point in school where she's reading books that are a little bit thicker and have less pictures. See, spot, run. Those were the good old days. Back when I could help her with her homework. And it wasn't... I don't know about anybody else who may have kids out there. Are any of your kids' teachers doing the homework online exclusively? Like, her 4th grade teacher out here does not send home any papers to fill out as far as homework. It's all on Mayon and this other website, and she gets graded through that, which is really weird. So I don't even have an internet connection, to be honest. All I do is just turn my laptop on and jack off on my hotspot That sounded weird. Jack off of my heart spot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, suck my yag on. But, so yeah, I don't know. It's fucking time consuming. More time consuming than I feel like the pen and paper variant of homework was. But maybe that's just me. Maybe other people prefer it that way. Maybe I should just be like one of those parents that just buys my kids a shit ton of iPads and just let them go do their own thing. Till all of a sudden you find out one day they've got their own YouTube channel and they're making little Indian dudes hold up "Gas the Jews" signs and whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oof. My mind still feels a little bit hazy from yesterday. I had a few Sunday evening beverages and things of that nature, so I was a little bit indecent last night. More so than I have been in a long time. I spent most of 2017 completely sober as a nun. So, yeah, I don't know. I just really wasn't feeling it earlier, but now here I am. I'm tip of the tongue, teeth, and lips. I'm out here rocking, man. Well, I hope y'all's weekend went well. I hope you got good plans for this upcoming weekend. I hope the week goes smooth for you. And as always, I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you're listening to me. I talk a lot, and not everyone listens. But, such is the nature of life, right? Everyone's just waiting their turn to speak. Oh, I napped for like half of the day today. I spent most of my day off napping. Don't fucking tell anybody. As if, of all the lazy things you can do, of course, I sat down and had like a 4-hour nap, which, no one was home. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't get to go off into the woods today like I wanted to. So fuck it. I sound more and more depressed the more I describe my life, don't I? But I promise I'm not. I just smoke 2 packs a day and sleep most of my life. No, I'm just kidding. I sleep about 4 hours a night. I don't know if that's normal to any of you, but that's just the way that my schedule works. Like, I got all this shit I gotta get done, and I want to have my time, but at the same time, I gotta get up at 6 a.m., get the kids ready for school so I can take them in, and, then when I get back, it's like, you want to lay back down and take a nap, but you're gonna sleep all the way until you have to pick the kids up again. Then you've got nothing done, or else you're trying to struggle and do laundry and dishes at the same time as cooking dinner, which just doesn't even make sense. What am I gonna do? Scrub and lather the fucking ladle that I need to stir the chili with? Man steals over 100 cell phones at Coachella. Oh, sounds like a real go-getter. A Queens, New York man identified as Reynaldo de Jesus Henao was ultimately tracked by Find My iPhone and arrested. And I'm surprised cell phone thieves don't know about shit like this by now. I think it's built into like damn near, it's in like every iPhone. It's part of the apps that come with it, right? iPhones, iPads, all that shit. 100, like, was he just gonna sell them all? What's he got, like a booth at the mall that sells these fucking things? Or was he gonna sell them off the fucking side of the street? Like, I don't understand your plan, buddy. Sitting there in the middle of the fucking highway on a Sunday morning, like the guys who sling the AJC papers. Sunday paper, $1, come get it, son, come on in. Chemical spill shuts down Atlanta's 7585 connector. The downtown connector was shut down after a big rig overturned, spilling 50 gallons of diesel fuel and 250 gallons of toxic chemicals onto the interstate. State officials say that the driver of the truck should have been driving on I-285 instead of through the city. So is this in addition to I-85 buckling and I-20 fucking falling apart? What the fuck is going on in Atlanta, you guys? Really? This is some scary shit. When I lived in Atlanta, we always talked about whenever there was like terrorist shit going on, that Atlanta is one of the prime targets because it contains the CDC, as many of you would know if you watch The Walking Dead. That fancy place where they keep all the world's most deadly diseases neatly piled into one corner, so that if you hit it with a nice bunker buster, it would spread all over the state and kill everyone and ultimately infect the entire world. That stuff. So, but that's weird though, because, I'm sure there's some conspiracy theorists out there right now, like, see, the thing is they're going to shut down all of the interstates. That's plan number 1, okay? Plan number 2, they're going to hit the CDC, alright? Plan number 3, I roll out in my tricked out Jeep with all the zombie biohazard fucking stickers that I put on the back window, and I knew this was going to happen, man. I knew I was doing the right thing by putting those little spikes on my hubcaps like a badass. Get my crossbow. Crazy shit. Don't worry, this gun-wielding robot is not a Terminator. This thing looks goofy as shit. Gun-wielding robots as absolutely silly thing to worry about with all the drone strikes and shit that are always going on. Don't necessarily think that that's too big of an issue when you got, a silent little plane that can fly over, drop a missile, or just assassinate you without anyone fucking even knowing it's there. You got this big fucking goofy thing stomping around like Godzilla with a fucking shotgun. Here he comes. Everybody run. I know it's not really fucking agile. You can tell from looking at it. I could outrun the shit. Hope it's got great aim. It's being controlled by some dude in the fucking Pentagon using a PlayStation 4 controller. What's it like to be in North Korea right now? Fucking terrible. As always. Select group of foreign journalists were invited to North Korea over the past few days to coincide with the birthday of Kim Il-sung, the country's founder. The reporters found some weird and wonderful things on their trip, with North Koreans seemingly unaware of rising tensions with the U.S. Of course, because they don't tell them shit over there. Nobody wants to even go out and connect with the people, because in some of the places I'm pretty sure they're practicing cannibalism because they're so fucking poor, if I'm not mistaken. See, I saw a documentary. I'm pretty much an expert. See, the DPRK, which is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, I was actually founded, blah, 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 blah. I know they're over there threatening us, of course, as usual. Every time they fail a missile launch or something like that, they fucking threaten the U.S. to save face. Like one of those, like when somebody finally sticks it to a bully at school, and he just lashes out even harder. Well, fuck you, man! Fuck you! I'm gonna get all y'all now! Bill Nye and Tyler, the Creator, team up for new theme song. What in the fuck brought these two together? This has got to be the strangest thing I've seen today. Bill Nye the Science Guy has a new show coming to Netflix, and he enlisted Tyler, the Creator, to record the new theme song. Bill Nye Saves the World debuts on 4/21, the day after my anniversary. And for any of you who are doing math in your head right now, yes, I did get married on 4/20. Not because I was a huge pothead, man, but I just, that way I wouldn't forget my fucking anniversary. Everyone I knew out there would be constantly pretty much reminding me of it without even knowing. 420's coming up, man. Yep, 420 is coming up, man. Well, I'm definitely going to see that. Bill Nye Saves the World. This guy becoming a meme in the last year or two, it's fucking fantastic, because I've always loved Bill Nye ever since I was a little kid. What else do we got here? Best new music of the week. What is it? The list? Stream brand new tracks from Hype Machine's charts in our weekly playlist stack featuring Yeji, Taylor Bennett, Com Trues, and more. See, I know none of these fucking things. It is impossible for me to keep up with music these days. Actually, the newest music I listen to is whatever's on 97.1 out here, which is the rap station, because the rock station's just, I don't know, maybe it's like this across the entire United States, but a lot of the music coming out right now is just really awful, and just, I don't know, it's like throwback 80s shit, rehashed out. I don't know, I can't fucking deal with that song, a picture in your body with somebody else. That shit. It's catchy, but fuck, man. That has got to be the 80s-est shit I've ever heard in my life. Com Trues. So this is just a spoonerism of Tom Cruise, which I'm fully down with. Gotta love the wordplay. Maybe I'll check it out. Or just, maybe I'm too old. Probably the newest thing I listen to other than that, 97.1 is like Periphery. So they're still on tour, so that's good. They haven't broke up yet, as far as I know. And well, other than that, I listen to the same shit I listened to in high school, basically. Lil Uzi Vert. I really think it's the adding Young and Lil and just all that shit to the beginning of your rap alias. It's getting really fucking old. Like, I can understand Lil Jon, because, your rapper, you can't just obviously be John. Clearly, that's got to be taken. That's got to be copyrighted somewhere in the music industry. Some guy named John just went in and fucking started making albums, obviously, right? So you had a Lil, okay? Now, in the case of Lil Uzi Vert. What the fuck? Like, Uzi Vert was taken? Did you really need to add the Lil? And what is it about Lil in the first? Couldn't we have come up with something a little bit better? Something more creative than what Lil Bow Wow coined and Lil Romeo? Yeah, y'all some hard-ass thugs, man. Following in the footsteps of Lil Bow Wow and Lil Romeo. And none of them got Nickelodeon shows. What the fuck is going on right now? Stupidity. Although, I love Lil Uzi Vert because if anyone's ever heard any of his songs, he's already pretty much famous and fucking a meme for his excessive use of the word yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's kind of like Lil Jon, again, with the yeah, but, just Lil Uzi Vert with the yeah, yeah. You gotta go on to YouTube if you're not already here, and I won't think any less of you if you break away from my podcast right now to do this, but search for Bad and Bougie, but it's just Lil Uzi Vert going yeah, yeah, yeah. And like the entire 4-minute long song, they just replaced it with that little intro that Uzi Vert did of him going yeah, 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 for like 5 minutes straight. And whenever I call my wife in to do anything and she's like taking too long, I just start playing that full blast. And eventually she comes storming in like, what? Okay, fuck. But the dude's got some interesting songs. He's not the greatest writer, obviously. But I definitely think he deals with some issues or approaches issues in a different way than a lot of rappers do. And someone's going to laugh at me for saying this and say I'm just an ignorant prick. But like drugs and EXO tour life, talking about suicide and all that crazy shit, it's just a little dark. A little darker than some of the stuff that's on the radio right now. Speaking of what's on the radio right now, again, like I said, 971, okay? Memphis' only hip-hop station. That new Kendrick Lamar album. If you have not fucking listened to that, I don't give a shit what you like. You need to stop everything and go check that out right now. It is amazing. It's called Damn. And it's literally streaming all over YouTube. And for some reason, a lot of them aren't even getting taken down, which is astounding to me for some reason, because YouTube's like fucking notorious for copyright claim violations and shit. But yeah, on their Humble, obviously, which is the single, absolutely gotta check that out. Duckworth, which is the last song on the album. But really, I would suggest listening to the entire album because it's almost like a concept album. It tells an overarching story from start to finish. And it's like, can an album be described as an edge-of-your-seat thriller? Because that's what it was to me. Of course, I was in the car, obviously driving to work, listening to it, so it was the edge of my car seat, tip of your windshield thriller. Fucking nose fogging up the glass and shit. Yeah, so go check that shit out. Go check it out, guys. It's really good. Just really happy. Just really happy we got intelligence going on in the hip-hop community again. I'm really happy that stuff like that's able to make it onto the radio these days. I think it really says a lot about how far we've come from just that materialistic snap rap Atlanta fucking crunk shit that was going on in the early 2000s, which I fucking hated. Despite living out there in Atlanta, everybody else was eating that shit up. Fucking goddamn. Here we are, full circle back to Lil Jon. Fuck that guy. Oh my God. His fucking every single Lil Jon beat sounds like this. One really simple riff for like 4 bars, and then the same riff like an octave up on the keyboard. Every fucking beat. And then yeah, real quick. Oh, bullshit. What the fuck is with this guy? Jesus. Come on. You know who I do miss though? T-Pain. That guy knew how to craft a track. Hot fire. Spit hot fire. Anyway, I think I'm done talking about rap now. That might have come out of left field a little bit, probably. Whatever. If you don't like rap, don't like rap. Do what you do. Do what you like. I was just talking about it because that's part of my life. It's what I listen to. Rap music. I mean, not mostly, actually. I mix it up a lot, okay? I have an eclectic palette when it comes to music. But it just so happens that mostly if the radio's ever on, it's on 971. So anyways, this has been your Monday evening podcast. It's going on about 30 minutes now, so I think it's time to cut it short. I'm trying to keep all these within 16 to 31 minutes, and the way that I'm basically editing them now is it's cutting out less of the silence so that I don't sound so much like a robot, because I was listening back to one the other day and I'd clipped out all the silence and a lot of the breathing, and it just sounded really weird, like the guy talking at the end of radio car commercials, like 0% APR flight noise. So I'm just using a truncate silence effect, and it's making it sound a little bit more natural, but also it's adding on a few minutes. So basically, I'm only going to be able to keep like 5 episodes up on SoundCloud at a time. Sorry guys, but you can always find us on YouTube, so that's where all of them will be at all times for you, and most of the views are coming from there anyways, against all odds. So anyways, Twitter us at @no_such_radio, email us at nsrpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, give it a heart, comment, follow, all those dandy things, and questions, comments, anything like that, shoot them at me. I'll try to address them on air. Also, I'll give you all the shout outs for the follows and all that fantastic stuff. So this has been Monday. I'm glad you made it through. Hope the rest of your week is amazing too. Enjoy it while you can. Bye.